Hi, I'm Joel Schrank, voiceover talent and audio expert, here with another quick recording tip. So, I recently did a video for kind of authors or folks that are interested in getting their audiobooks recorded, and the means and ways and methods with which you can do that, and how you can find somebody to record your audiobook for you through a place like Findaway Voices or through ACX. And now I'm going to kind of talk about what the process looks like for the narrators, also for the authors, just so you understand how the process works in recording an audiobook through these sites. Um, and with most voiceover talent, even if you work with them directly, most of us, I think, work pretty much the same way. If when you want to record an audiobook, you go to one of these sites. If you're a narrator, you're listed on one of these sites, an author will find you, or maybe you'll audition for an audiobook, and they'll select you. Yay, you got selected, you get to do an audiobook. Um, Usually what you'll have to start out doing is you'll record something like anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes of the audiobook text. You'll record that, and then you'll send it over to the rights holder, or whoever the author is, whoever holds the rights to the audiobook. And you'll send that over to them so that they can kind of have a listen before you record the rest of it. You want to make sure that you're on the same page before you've recorded, you know, 8, 10 hours of an audiobook, and then they come back and say, well, that wasn't exactly how we wanted it to sound. So you start out with a quick 5, 10 minute recording. You send it off to them. They give you any feedback they've got and say, hey, we like how you did this. Or most of the time it's just, yeah, that sounds great. Let's go with it. And then you can record the rest of the book. But then once you get into the actual recording process, I think a lot of people think that it's a lot easier than it actually is. Recording an audiobook is hard work. And so I usually give myself a lot of time to finish it because it's not just reading a book. I mean, yeah, that's obviously a big part of it. You're reading the book, but you have to read it correctly. You have to make sure that as you've gone through, first of all, it sounds good. Sounds like something that people would actually want to listen to. And second of all, that you've recorded it with pretty much no mistakes in it. Usually what I'll do is I'll start out and record the book and I edit it all together so that it sounds nice. After I do that editing portion, there's a final step where I'll go through and I'll listen to what I recorded while I'm reading along with the manuscript of the book. The reason that I do that is because, as good as we all are, we all make mistakes still. I might think that I read it correctly, but unless I go back and double check, I don't know that I did. And a lot of times I find that I make little mistakes here and there that I then have to go back and fix, and I'll re record and fix that. And you can check out one of my other videos on how to fix mistakes that you've made. I talk all about how to do that. And then after all of that's done, I make sure that everything's balanced correctly, that the volume is generally the same. Most of these sites that you work through and most audiobook authors or rights holders that I work with expect to get something that they can just pop up. They don't want to have to do any additional post-production work on the audiobook. So I make sure that I have my settings dialed in as far as compression, as far as EQ, as far as kind of mastering it as well, and making sure that everything sounds good, everything is uniform across the entire audiobook, and that it all sounds great. So if you're a narrator, I hope this helps you, that you can get out and record a whole bunch of audiobooks. It's a ton of fun to do. If you're an author or a rights holder looking to record an audiobook, I'd love to work with you. It's a lot of fun. I love doing them. You can get in touch with me through my website, www.joelschrank.com, which is in the description below. We'll hope to talk to you soon, and I wish you all the best of luck in recording your audiobooks.